Casual Magic has been sponsored by Quiver, maker of the Quiver and Bolt deck cases and other fine deck holding accessories. Use the code CASUAL on their website for 10% off your order. You can also support Casual Magic directly by going to our Patreon at patreon.com/ShivamB. And now, on with the show. And welcome to Casual Magic, the show where we talk about the fun side of Magic together. My name is Shivam Bhatt, and Casual Magic is brought to you by Quiver and my patrons at patreon.com/ShivamB. And today, I'm hyper excited because I've been trying to get this guy on my show for like 4 years now. I'm talking to World Champion Jean-Emmanuel Depraz, who created got to, by winning a tournament, create the card Formidable Speaker, which is also just amazing and super cool. And I don't know, I guess I've run into you at like a million Pro Tours now, and I keep asking. So I'm really grateful that we finally got a chance to sit down and talk.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, everyone. I live in French time, so yeah, not the easiest to get to schedule something, but yeah.
Right. And every time I try to talk to you, you're like, yeah, okay, call me again after the Pro Tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one every 3 months, so I'm busy, somewhat busy.
Yeah, like, have you thought about being worse at Magic since I would just be here? Oh my God. But the reason I wanted to talk to you is not just because you are obviously one of the best players playing right now, but also because I am fascinated with what Magic is like outside of America. Just because, I talk to so many Americans, I know what it's like to play Magic here. But in Europe, especially, it's wild. It's like all these different languages, all these different cards. And then when you go to tournaments, you're not just going a different state over, you're going to a different country. And you have to sit down in Prague and sit and figure out how to play or how to get to the hall in the first place and then play Magic with people who might speak Italian or Russian or German. And your cards are all in different languages. So how did you get into Magic in the first place?
So my very first Magic games were against a cousin when I was 10 or 11 during the vacations. So he lent me cards. I remember I was playing a Centaur tribal deck that he had built. And
do you remember what set that was? Or
I think it was around Onslaught, that block. Just before Kamigawa came out, so 2005.
Oh, cool.
And so he had this Centaur tribal deck, which was not very good. And the deck he was playing was much better already at the time. He had Isochron Scepter with Memory Lapse and Lightning Bolt. So I was I was just running creatures every turn, and they were put back on the top of my deck every time. And so I had to learn very early on to play against interaction.
It's so annoying that I cannot tell you how many Magic players I've talked to, who their first encounter with Magic is, my older friend, my cousin, somebody taught me, and they played a deck that was way better than mine and skunked me up. Every single time, every card game, it doesn't matter. The person teaching always is like, I'm going to flex on you by just trashing you. And it's like, buddy, they don't know how to play the game, so none of this looks impressive. They're just feeling bad. Did you ever beat him though?
I did, a couple times, not much, but it ignited the fire, I guess, to win more. And so I started going to a local game store in Paris after that, and play regularly there.
So are you based out of Paris?
Yeah, I've always lived in Paris, my whole life. I just love the city.
There's worse places to grow up than one of the greatest cities in the world, right? But yeah, the French Magic scene has been huge for a very, very long time. And you guys have had some of the most amazing, Gab Nassif is one of the best players literally of all time. So when you started getting competitive and you started playing more, did you run into what was it like seeing all these really good players there? Because even Kai is only a train ride away from you.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get to meet Kai or any of the top players at the time for a while, at least.
Yeah,
because
they're
I
not been
was
called FNM. So
yes, like obviously, like when I was playing in my local game store, there were just like regulars and none of the top players. Even starting to go to like PTQs, the old style PTQs, and my first Grand Prix, we weren't meeting so many pro players either. I remember, I guess I remember meeting Antoine Ruel, the Hall of
oh
Famer,
yeah,
because he happened to work at the shop I was playing at for a while, like just getting a job because he needed money. So that's how I met him, but not in a tournament context.
yeah. I mean, I met the God, what the hell is his name? I can only remember his nickname. Luis Scott Vargas is one of his very good friends. David Ochoa. David Ochoa,
Oh
who's
yeah,
like one of the great vintage players of all time. I met him because he was baking bread and making a homemade cheese. And I was like, oh, well, you're hella cool and also better than me at Magic in every way, shape, or form. And I can't, but like literally, I went to him and his girlfriend's house we were just hanging out playing Commander, and he had literally baked baguettes and made his own camembert for for our just gathering. And I'm like, you're a phenomenal Magic player, but you're like a better baker and cheesemaker. So this is now I've
that's
just
great.
added everything. I don't know what to do. But yeah, like I mean, have you run into like people like I mean, since then, obviously, have you gotten to meet people like Waffle Tapa or Raph Levy or any I mean, well,
Yeah.
Levy's all the time,
So
but
as a matter of fact, the very first Pro Tour I qualified for was in 2014, and Wafo was on my team for that PT. So the way it happened was like for a couple of years before that, I had started to know more and more people who were older than me, more experienced, and at some point I came to know Rémi Fortier, the winner of PT Valencia.
even
And for this PT in 2014, he decided to build a team with all the PTQ winners from France
oh cool.
who had no PT experience and didn't know each other. And so he was contacting everyone and trying to get them on the same team. And one of the big selling points for the team was that Wafo was going to be there and like mentor us.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, even though Wafo himself would never put it that way, but that's how we saw it.
I think he would be embarrassed if you said that.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a very humble person, but that's really what it was. Like I was just amazed to be able to test against Wafo playing the control deck of the format and win a few games and feel so good about my tournaments.
Wait, so if you started playing at 05 and got to your Pro Tour in like 10 years later, that's kind of impressive. Actually, that's a hell impressive. I've been playing for 30 years. I've never been on a Pro Tour. But so did you decide like you wanted to get more competitive and really just start leaning towards that?
Yeah, I was very competitive very early on. Like I think that's always been a part of my personality in fields that I enjoyed. But like it's funny that you say it's impressive because I've known a lot of people who got to the PT faster than I did.
Yeah. There are folks who are like, yeah, I started playing during pandemic and I'm at the Pro Tour now. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah,
slow down.
But yeah, for sure, I like even in I don't know 2010, 2011. That was the time I was starting to go to PTQs, like to actually big tournaments that had qualifications for the PT. And in my mind, it took me a while to get there. Like it took me 3-4 years to even qualify for the first one. And after I queued, I didn't re-queue immediately. So I had 3 more years of trying.
Oh, so you had like the taste and then you were like, damn it, I have to try to figure out how to get back to that.
Yeah. And that was an experience. Like it's very, like I always knew I had the potential to be very good at the game, but that's kind of an abstract thought. Or like as long as you don't realize it, it's like, okay, I know I'm good. Like I know I'm beating people who are very good, and so I must do something right. But at the same time, my results don't show it yet. So what do I do with that?
That is like that's a worst kind of imposter syndrome, right? When you're like, I know that my skill ceiling is here. I'm insanely good at this. And yet I'm just getting, I could beat everybody here, and then I go to the PT and I go 1-3, and it's like, what the hell, man? Like, I'm obviously better than these guys, but my draft was bad or something was bad. Or
Yeah.
figuring that mental step is hard, right?
Yeah, you're right to talk about ceiling, because that's a big thing for me. Like I've always felt like I had a very high ceiling. Like the matches I play at my best, I play really well, but I also do a lot of stupid mistakes if I'm not careful. I think for a while that hampered me a lot. Like I would lose 1 or 2 matches every tournament just to stupid things that I knew I could avoid, and I didn't. I wasn't able to just suppress that.
Well, I mean, that's like one of the hardest skills to learn, right? Like figuring out how to not let your mistakes in your games both carry over into your mental state for your later game, but also how to stop making stupid mistakes. And one of my problems is like I try to play too fast sometimes, and then you slip and you forget, oh, I sequenced this incorrectly, and now I'm just going to cascade into a loss. There's nothing I can do, and I had the win in my hand, and you feel like, and then it throws your whole game, right?
And there are a bunch of things you can do to improve at that, but a lot of them are actually exterior to the game itself. Like it's just like sleeping well,
meditating.
Yeah, meditating. Yeah, I did that for a while at some point. Eating well, which means not eat at all. In my case, during tournaments.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, really. Like I get up in the morning, I eat a light breakfast just before the tournament begins, and then I don't eat for the whole day, because I found out that the worst trap you can fall into, at least I can fall into, is digesting while playing. Like when you are digesting something, your body is in a state where like your mind doesn't work as fluently. Because like you spend a lot of energy doing something else, and so I can't play my best when I've just eaten. So my solution to that is just not eat and then have big dinner at the end of the day.
That's incredible, because a lot of people, that seems like the opposite of conventional wisdom, right? Like eat like a handful of trail mix or nuts or fruit or something to give you energy to keep going. But yeah, you're right. If you eat a lot, then you're just going to spend your time and your body's going to focus on digesting, and you're going to get sleepy. And
like nuts or the occasional banana or whatever are a good compromise. Like I can do that, and if I need sugar at some point, like during the last rounds, I'll do it. But yeah, big quantities are the
no lunchtime burrito for you between rounds.
No.
Yeah, but okay, so let's talk about those early years of getting into the Pro Tour. Do you remember the first time you left France to go play Magic?
Yeah, so to the best of my recollection, it was in 2013. I was going to Antwerp in Belgium for a Grand Prix, so my first Grand Prix. And it's actually a funny story because so that GP was a very good experience, but also a traumatic one. I was playing Scapeshift, which was like that weird combo deck that deals 18 exactly. And very first round, I'm against a Martyr Life deck. So the deck that gains a bunch of life every turn with a...
this is modern.
Yeah, in modern. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. So you're playing like Valakut?
Exactly, yeah. I'm tutoring for Valakut and Six Mountains at the same time.
That's one of my favorite decks ever.
Yeah. And at the time, it was pretty good, like beat John and whatever. But so first round, I'm against this Martyr Life guy. And he's very weird at the table. Like he's playing Norin the Wary. I don't know if you know the card.
Yeah,
like whenever you play a spell or attack, it gets exiled
back to your hand
and comes back.
Yep,
and
we run away.
Yeah, and so like triggers, like there are infinite triggers happening all the time, and every time the guy misses a trigger, he just slaps himself in the face, like literally. Like, and I'm there, and I'm there staring at him like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's very weird. So, but he's also very friendly. Like, there's no like menacing atmosphere or anything. It's just against himself. Like, he's just very,
like, damn it.
But like literally slapping himself, like a true slap.
That's awkward.
Yeah, very awkward. And so I'm there playing my match. We end up drawing the match. So I start the tournament with a draw.
Oh no.
Because like his deck is just takes infinite time to kill, and I can't kill him because he's too high on life and whatever. And so the tournament continues. I rattle up a bunch of wins. So I think at some point I'm like 7 wins on the draw. Like I've only won since then. And very last round of the day, I dig into my backpack to find my deck, and I can't find my deck. And,
Oh
and I'm
no.
like, yeah, and so I'm very like stressed out and worried, obviously. So we call a judge. I remember getting back to the table I was at for the previous round, looking around, going to ask my previous opponent, like if he can look into his bag in case he took it by mistake. But in the end, like we didn't find the deck, and so I had to forfeit that round.
Oh
yeah, and the very like hard part obviously was I was still pretty young at that point. Like I think I had to be like 19, I guess. And most of my deck wasn't mine. It was cards that I had borrowed from friends, including like Misty Rainforests, like promotional.
Yeah,
Misty
back when it was
Rainforest.
crazy expensive, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like the fetch lands were like $50 or $60 at that point. And so I have to like not only find a whole deck for the next day to be able to keep playing the tournament. So like I had to borrow cards from other people, knowing that I had lost cards that I had borrowed. So I felt very bad about it. Like I was like, please trust me, it's not going to happen again, but I need cards for tomorrow, please. And then I had to obviously pay back my friends. After the fact, and it cost me a lot of money too, because I had to forfeit that round. I made top 32 that tournament, which would have been top 16 with one more win. So like $500 difference, I guess. So like that tournament cost me something like $1,000 just based on the losing the deck.
Oh God, that's you're exactly right. That is very traumatic.
Yeah. It is.
That would have tilted me so hard. But to come back the next day and actually play and win a lot, but you must have been thinking about that the whole damn day then. Like, just like, where's my deck? What do I do? I was like, can't lose this deck.
Oh yeah, like every single round, you double check, triple check, obviously. After that.
Oh my God, that would be annoying as hell. But like, so did you learn English in school then? So what was it like to actually like have to sit down with foreign players and try to figure out how to communicate with each other?
So I did English at school, as you usually do in France. But I feel like I mostly learned it from watching coverage during my teenage years. Like I was watching a lot of like the PT, the official circuit, but also the Star City Games coverage with Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan. Like that was my main source of like new words and phrases.
Right, and they teach you magic vocabulary on top of that, so you're already like, all right, I get what you got to take. But then they say things like, "Oh man, he's got the nuts," and you're like, "What does nuts mean?"
How am I using that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you pick things up from context, and like it's not that hard to reuse them usually.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that's one of my favorite parts about Magic is that you can sit down at a table. Like when I came back to the game, it was in 2011, and because Worlds was in San Francisco, so I just went to Worlds to just do because they had drafts for $5, and I was unemployed, so I'm like, sure, I'll go draft whatever. And I'm sitting down, and I've never drafted before because I'm just coming back to Magic, and I've been playing. I stopped playing for like a decade or two, and limited wasn't a thing when I started. So I'm sitting there to play, and I sit down with a team full of Japanese or a table full of Japanese people, and I spoke Japanese fluently. So I'm like, "Oh, hello, how's it going? It's nice to meet you." But I didn't speak Magic Japanese because I don't know what the word for tap is. And I'm just it was Innistrad draft, and we're going around, and these guys are looking at me like, what are you doing to this draft? I'm like, I'm just taking zombies, man. I don't know what I'm doing. And then like my opponent had to stand up, and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I have to go get my Hall of Fame ring now because I was playing against Shota.
Nice.
I'm just like, oh, well, that's why I'm losing it.
Yeah, I know what that's like. Like at the very first PT we were talking about, like in 2014, I did a money draft against the Japanese team on Sunday. Like that was a time where like it was customary on Sunday for people who didn't make top 8 to just play drafts on the side and even bet money on it, even though it wasn't like official.
It's not legal, but literally everybody money drafts. Come on.
Yeah, everybody did, and some people still do. and
I know a
yeah,
lot of people would
so
pay for their trips that way.
I mean, it makes sense, right? If you don't have that much money. And
Yeah.
so we were playing against, I believe it was Shota, Yuya at the time. It was before the whole thing with him. And I
Yuya was one
guess
of my favorite
Kenji.
players of all time. I'm so mad. I'm
Same.
so mad. It's like he was
Yeah.
so good. He didn't need to cheat. He was so good. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
But so I did play against Shota when I was that age, and it was very, very impressive.
Educational.
Yeah, intimidating even, because like not only does he play so well, he also plays so fast, and so you're like thinking through your lines for, I don't know, a minute for your turn. Like there's a complicated combat step with activated abilities and such, and you make your attack, and then he snap blocks, and you're like, okay, so I thought all this time, and like all you have to do is just like you need 1 second and to get on the same level of understanding of what's happening, and obviously he was thinking while I was thinking too, but
yeah.
It's very impressive anyway. Like,
you also feel like incredibly like, oh my god, did I just make a bad move that was so clear for him to kill me right there?
Yeah, you feel like a baby. Like I was at the PT, like I was at the top of my game at that time, and yeah, I felt so outclassed.
Oh god,
I think it's the point in my career where I felt the most outclassed, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I play against like real, like hardcore pro players, and look, I'm a commander guy, I'm a casual guy. I know what my strengths and limits are, but you sit there and you're just struggling. Like, oh, okay, here's a story. Do you know Zvi Mauschwitz? He was a Hall of Famer, and so Eric Klug had invited a bunch of us in San Francisco. We were all in town for like a conference or something, and we were sitting there and we were doing his Pro Tour draft, which every card in the deck had been in a Pro Tour winning deck.
Yeah,
and so it's super cool. I love it, and I played it, but I had never seen half of these. I don't know how to draft Pro Tour decks, right? Like that's hard. And I sit down and I drafted a deck, and I sit down against Zvi, and I'm trying to play these cards, and I'm like doing this thing, and he just stops me like 3 turns. He's like, "Just show me your hand." And he's like, "First off, I won the Pro Tour with that card and that card. You're playing them totally wrong. I win the game. We're done." And he just showed me his hand, my hand. He laid out exactly how all the plays would go, and he was like, "Great, GG's." And I'm like,
yeah, that sounds very Zvi.
He's very direct.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I've read his articles. I've watched him play on coverage. Like that's what it feels like.
Yeah, he definitely one of the people who's like, "Look, I'm better than you at this game, and we both know that I'm better than you at this." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not. It's not polite to just say so." But yeah, like, God. So, like, oh, what was I even going to say? I got distracted by Zvi. Yeah. So, when you went to the Pro Tour, how did you do that first time run?
So I went 9-7, which wasn't enough for requalification. At the time, we needed 11-5, but I was happy. Like I was happy that I made day 2. For me, it was like a big milestone, like just making the day 2 of your first PT. And also the tournament started 0-3. Like I lost 3 rounds of my first draft, and I felt awful about that. Like I remember going up to Remy after the 3rd loss and having to tell him like thanks for all the training, but I'm 0-3. I'm probably out of the PT. Like that was a nice experience. Maybe next time, maybe never. And he told me, like he asked me who I played against in round 3. And it was a guy I didn't know about. And he tells me, okay, this guy top 80 the PT. Like you didn't play against a nobody. Like it's okay. Don't worry about it. Like you're going to face great players. You can be 0-3 at the PT. It doesn't mean you don't belong here. Just keep doing your best. Maybe you'll have easier opponents. And he was right. Like I rallied back from that.
That's impressive.
For one standard, and the second draft went better. And like at the end of the PT, I felt good, even not requalifying. Like I didn't have any expectations. Like not high expectations at least.
Right.
But yeah, the hard part was the grind, like going back to the grind and having to qualify from scratch.
God, dude, going 0-3 at the Pro Tour, like that is, nobody would have faulted you for just being like, you know what, I'm just gonna call it a day and walk away from this, because that's
Yeah.
like 1-3 drop is just like, yeah, okay, what am I doing? But to rally back from that to 9 wins is crazy. That's incredibly impressive.
Yeah, and that was my first PT, but the second PT actually went worse.
Oh no!
Yeah,
After you went like 3 years later.
yeah. 3 years later, like fast forward, I play a bunch. I play GPs.
Oh, you won that. I mean, you won Warsaw. That was cool.
I did win Warsaw, but that was after my second PT. So
Oh,
what
was it?
happened? Yeah. So what happened? It's also a funny story. Like my whole career is a story of like
I love funny stories, man. Bring yours.
like doing abysmally bad at some tournaments and then winning the week after. Like I don't know why, but it happens a lot. So my second PT I queue through the RPTQ system, like the regional PTQs, and I'm in a great team this time around. Like my whole team is people who have either top 8 PTs or done very well previously. Like Guillaume Matignon is on the team, world champion.
World champion, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, a Hall of Famer. I have Pierre Dagen, who was a PT mainstay, even though, he had already made the finals of a PT at that point. Louis Deltour, like a bunch of names you might recognize. And so I feel good. I'm playing the team deck, which we agreed on was the best deck, which was mono red. It was the teamer energy format, but mono red was very close to energy. Like it was the top 2 decks. And the matchup was like 50-50, but you had to play your side well to win. And so I was playing mono red and I didn't feel comfortable with the deck, but the whole team was playing it and I had a good list and sideboard plans. And so I was waiting for it to carry me. And the problem is you still need to know how you manage your cards in the actual tournaments. And so like the tournament starts, I 0-3 the draft again. I don't believe it was particularly my fault that time. Like when I watch, like when I think back about the rounds, I don't really know what I could have done better. But anyway, I'm 0-3. I start playing standard. I lose. I'm 0-6. And at that point, so at that point, I'm not making day 2. Like everything is a mess.
You're just practicing, man.
I'm just practicing, yeah. And like I remember at 0-6, I literally had to go to the bathroom to cry for a bit because I felt horrible. Like for me, yeah, like the experience of like needing 3 years to requalify and you're there and that's the moment to prove yourself and hopefully stay there for a while. And you go 0-6 and you feel like a complete failure. And it was also a point of my life where like things weren't going well. In general, like I had, like I was studying, I believe, literature at the time, but I enjoyed it, but that it was the thing where I wanted to play Magic for a living. Like I really hoped it would be a possibility, and I was watching coverage and I was dreaming about it a lot, and so I didn't feel good about doing anything else seriously. And then when you're in that state of mind and you lose that much, it really hurts, like not only your confidence as a player, but like your
career,
overall,
right?
Yeah, career and like how you see yourself as a human being. Like, am I not smart as I think I am? Not as smart as I think I am. So yeah, very hard times. And I go back to the table. I play the last 2 matches. I win the last 2 matches. So at least like I'm not 0-8. I'm 2-6. Like I can say I won some matches. But still it hurts a lot. And so I go back to my place, and I think about what happened. And I'm like, okay, you can't let that one result define you. Like you've won tournaments in the past, like you've played PTQs, you've won them. Maybe you're not ready for the PT yet, but that doesn't mean you're a failure or a horrible Magic player or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just keep trying. Maybe play a deck you're more comfortable with. Like, don't step out of your comfort zone too much. And so there's a GP the week after that PT, which was GP Warsaw that you mentioned. Yeah. So I go to that GP in that mindset of just playing a deck I like, not expecting anything, because like, how can I expect anything after going 0-6?
Yeah, dude, the fact that you got up to go play again is incredible, because a lot of people would have looked at that and like, I'm going to take a break from Magic for a while because I just obviously got my ass kicked and I've just been like completely washed. Let me breathe. But to go back to back and go right into Warsaw is crazy.
I mean, it just happened that I had already like taken my flight and like everything was booked because it was the week after. So I was just like following what previous me had thought was a good idea, and like playing a deck I enjoyed, going with people I like. Like I had a group of friends that I really enjoyed hanging out with. So like whatever the results of the tournament, it was going to be a good weekend with friends. And so then I played the tournament. I remember I faced Rich Hagen on Friday in a random draft.
Wait,
he was
playing.
Yeah, Hagen not playing the GP, but he was covering the GP, and he was just playing that side event on Friday evening. And so I was a big fan of him, obviously, because I had like watched coverage for years. Mm-hmm. So it was very nice. He was very nice in person. He was. I remember like he was very vocal at the table, commentating on what was going on, as if he was like watching the match instead of playing it. And so I asked him.
So cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. So I asked him if he can do an actual coverage of the third game, like really put himself in the commentator spot, and he did. And there was a small crowd around us watching as well. Like the experience was just great. So I went against him. And he said something that I didn't really think too much about at the time, but that was like kind of prophetic after the fact. He said, "You're going to win the whole thing." Like, I'm sure he was just saying it like just to be nice and as something you say, like a friendly.
Yeah. And because he's just a wonderful person in general. So yeah, of course.
Yeah, he is. But then I played the tournament and I ended up winning the tournament.
Let's go.
Yeah. And Rich was covering some of those matches, and I talked with him afterwards, like much later, and he was like, "I remember saying that, and it was very funny to me covering the matches and seeing you win." Like he didn't even know who I was at the time. Like I was nobody. Like nobody recognized my name or anything, so it was completely random.
That's so lucky. That's awesome. Also, the idea of having Hagen like commentate his own game, that would have been so cool. That would I've tried to get him on this show for a long, long time because I think he would have the most interesting stories to tell, but he's very busy. But it's also just, man, getting to play, like, think about how that is. Like nowadays, he doesn't even get to leave the truck in the back of the Pro Tour. He's too busy running the show. Getting to go out and play a side draft in the middle of the GP seems crazy. But wow, that's amazing, man. What a great story. And then you must have felt a lot better after that.
Oh, for sure. Like the time when the top 8 was announced was like, I think the most emotional moment for me, like in my whole career as a player, like just waiting for the top 8 announcement, because the very, very last round, I needed to play, like I couldn't draw in, or at least I wasn't sure I could. So I start playing my match. I'm on, I think I'm on feature, for that match. And, my opponent offers me the draw because he knows he's in, like he's higher than me in the standings. And I tell him I can't, I have to play, sorry. We play, I lose game 1. And then my opponent offers me the draw again.
Oh, geez.
Which was like completely unexpected. Like I wouldn't have asked for it myself. Like I wouldn't have felt good asking after losing game 1 because I was sure he would refuse at that point. But he knew he was in. So like for him, it was just correct to ask, because let's imagine he mulligans in game 2, he loses game 2, and then maybe I don't want to. Maybe I tell him I want to play. So that was the time where I was vulnerable and I was most likely to say yes. And so he offers it again. I think about it. I try to do math in my head, but obviously like it's very imprecise. I don't really know if it's better to draw or not. I go with my gut. I take the draw. I think I'm like 50-50 to get through. And in the end, there were 4 people with my record and 2 of us made it in. So like 50-50.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And so I hear my name. I don't remember if it was 7th or 8th place. And I remember like my friends around me going absolutely wild. And like, I felt an excitement that I've never felt, ever after that. Like even top 8ing PTs or like nothing came close to that. Because for me, it was such validation.
Yes.
After the PT that had gone so awfully, just being at the top for a brief moment. And after that, like whether I win the tournament or not, it didn't matter to me. And so I was in the best state of mind to play my matches well.
Yes.
The quarters and the semis and finals. But just making the top 8, biggest time of my career emotionally.
That's so fantastic, man. Because like I can see what that must have felt like after just like 0-6 is a ridiculous record. That is like, why are you here? You know?
Yeah.
But to turn around and then make top 8 of like the next thing is just, God, that must have been such a relief. Or like just validating, be like, no, I am actually good. I just had a bad weekend, but I'm actually good and I actually deserve to be here. And then you get the trophy and you get to go like, hell yeah, look at this.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And it was also educational because like the lesson I took from this, which I believe I'm trying to apply that lesson ever since, is that you need to be in like stable state of mind to play correctly. Like you can't have too much hanging on the match you're playing. You like if you want to be the best Magic player you can, and it's not like this advice is not very applicable, I guess, because but you need your life to be in a good state. Like you need to feel good.
Yes.
In general, like not only about Magic, but in general, because Magic is a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. If you put extra pressure on yourself on top of that, it's going to hurt you. And so it's funny because since then I've become a professional player. And so Magic is a big part of my life and obviously my source of revenue. And it has become harder and harder to keep that mentality of not worrying too much about it. But I still try to, because I know it's what's best for me to actually perform. I need to not care about performing. Like it's a little paradoxical.
I was talking to Chris Larson about this, and he was basically saying the same thing. Is like, I thought I had lost, so I was just playing the most relaxed whatever Magic I've ever done, and I ended up winning the Pro Tour. You know, just like kind of coasting all the way to the top. It's like every time I've talked to a pro Magic player, or even just like somebody who's successful in life, generally that attitude is like, look, when I'm not tying my emotional well-being to the results of this event, I perform way better at whatever it is I'm doing. Because like you don't have to worry about winning or losing. You just can focus on doing the thing you're trying to do. And if you win, great. And if you don't win, you already checked out. It's fine. But that's so hard, right? Like, because when you're in that grinder mentality, you're like, every win I need is, if I don't make it, then I am off forever and my whole life is derailed. That's really hard to adapt to, trying to find a way back to just go like, just play the game that's in front of you, chill and relax, and you'll be fine. It's like, there was a Pro Tour last year where there was a Chinese guy who was playing and he was in top 8 and he was just about to win the match. And he was so excited, you could see him moving, and he played one card before the other and misplayed the order and just ended up like failing out. And that's like the exact kind of like, even though it's the difference between like, oh no, I'm losing and I'm just tilting. This is the same way. It's like, if you level too far the other way, you're off balance nonetheless. And then you play bad and then you fail, right? Like you have to find that chill zone in the middle where you can be like, let's go.
And you have to be chill about it, but you also have to care enough to to do the thing and try your best. So that's a balance.
There's a difference between like being relaxed and not just being like indifferent. I'm not saying you should be, I'm saying you should just be like, okay, well, I want to win, but if I don't win, that's fine, right? Like,
Yeah, like ideally, like you want to, like you have to shift your thinking between before a match when you're preparing for the tournament and when you're inside the match. Like before the match, you do everything you can to actually win the whole thing. Like in your preparation,
yeah,
you take steps towards that. But then when you're in the match, the everything you should think about is making the best play after best play after best play. And as soon as the like winning or losing aspect crosses your mind, you have to like push it away for a while. And that's like you talked about meditating earlier, and I think for me it has been helpful. So there was a time where we were starting to do boot camps to prepare for PTs, and Rémi Fortier was big on meditation, and so he like there was this app, French app of guided meditation that you would just listen to for like 10, 15 minutes after
and
lunch.
just like breathe it in, breathe out.
Exactly. Like trying to guide your breathing and focus on your breathing. And if there are any parasitic thoughts that come into your mind, don't worry about it. Like don't get tilted or anything. Just push them back softly. Like there are. I believe the metaphor they were using was soap. Like just. I don't know, bubbles, like soap bubbles that float around your head, and you just push them back. They don't make them burst, just push them back.
Exactly.
And I think that's very, very applicable to any game of Magic you're going to play. Like you're going to have parasitic thoughts all the time, like not only winning and losing, but oh, my opponent is playing in a like unfriendly, maybe cocky way. Like I don't like that. Just don't worry about it. Like push it on the side. You'll worry after the match. You'll tell your friends it wasn't nice to play against him. But that's not your focus right now.
Yes, your job is to just win and chill and play and figure it out and just be like, okay, we'll deal with this later. Let's just keep going. And that's incredibly hard to do, but it's such an important it's such a good thing in the moment when you're in the middle of your playing. Like, yes, it's important to practice and prepare and stuff, but then just focus on what you're doing and don't get tilted. Right? Like, it's tricky.
I think also a lot of people who haven't been in these positions, like haven't played Magic competitively or not at the same level, they can mistake that for being emotionless at the table, like not feeling things. And like, it's not that I don't feel things. I feel them very acutely. Like I get frustrated. I get tilted. I just do my best to push them back, as I said, and hold that back, keep it for later. But the feelings are there. Like it's not like I'm some kind of robot. I don't show many emotions, but they are there for sure.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it's because like when you're. I mean, I remember when Reed Duke won the Pro Tour. And like he'd been trying forever and ever and ever. And he's like one of my favorite players, you know. And I've seen him like play. And at the end of it, when you're like expecting, like you've accomplished this goal you've been working your whole life for, and he'd just sitting there calmly de-sideboarding his deck. And that just like, I need to go through my ritual, take my sideboard out, put my stuff away, and then I will allow myself to feel what has just happened. But for now, I can't. I will deal with that later. Let me take these cards out and let me just, you know, and it's crazy. It's like, this is one of the coolest things that ever happened to you. He's like, yeah, but I could not process what was going on in that moment. Right. And that's just, it's an incredibly difficult thing to do, especially like, but think of when you've been playing for 2-3 days at peak discipline, peak like focus mentality, shifting out of that is very hard to do.
Yes, I can relate to that like completely. Like that's also how I felt when I actually won Worlds a lot of years.
Well, I mean,
after
you also
that.
won like the World Magic Cup with France in 2018, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yeah,
which is also that, but that's a different set of emotions. You're with the team, you had excitement to school. But yeah, what was it like winning Worlds? I mean, going a decade later.
Yeah, so let's jump, I guess, to 2023. So the moment. Like I had a similar moment of needing to process and adjust. And I remember like picking up my cards from the table, like putting them back in the deck box, like just doing, as you said, my little ritual to go out of the match, like before having to face everyone who was watching and lift the trophy. And my friends still make fun of me for like decideboarding and doing that little thing, like not being completely overwhelmed with joy immediately. But that is just not me. Like I need a little time, and even then, like even as I was lifting the trophy, I didn't, like, you don't fully realize what's happening to you.
Yeah, like in your picture, you still look kind of like everybody's got their little trophy picture of I won the thing. You still look stunned in that picture. You're just kind of like, hello, hi guys, I guess. What was that like, man? Like after like a decade of just trying and going, and you've done a lot of like, you put up good results in the meantime. You've gone to a top 8. You did well in the Mythic Championship when that was a thing, and you've been to World a bunch. So, but like I mean, you even lost the World Championship, didn't you, in 2020?
Yeah, 2021, I lose the finals to Utah, playing Dragons.
Oh, that was the home one, wasn't it? On Arena?
Yes, on Arena, yeah.
Utah goes, you die!
Exactly, with the confetti, like the rain of confetti that they had
so
put
good.
to, yeah.
Like, no offense, but I was definitely cheering for Utah. He was so exciting.
No, I understand. None taken. Like, and I also had a blast playing that match. Like a lot of people have asked me afterwards, like how bad it felt to lose the finals, getting so close, and I really didn't experience it that way. Like in my mind, making the finals was already great. I was just having fun playing. Utah is a great player, and I always have fun playing against great players because like the puzzles are different. Like depending on how good your opponent is, like the game can feel very different. And when you're playing against someone like Utah, you know he knows what's up at all times, and so you can do things like that you wouldn't be able to do usually. And so that's just for a player, it's just like a joy to be. It's almost like you're experimenting new things during the match, and obviously you do them to win. You don't just do them to see what he's going to do or gather that data for later or anything. But you still end up doing things like playing around cards and representing cards that you wouldn't represent against someone else. So yeah, like, the whole match felt great. I think
fantastic.
If you watch the replay, I think you can see me smiling all the way through, like even getting my spells countered by Droid Disruption again and again and again. Like I don't really care. Like I'm just in the moment and enjoying it.
Yeah, it looked like that was one of the most fun top 8s I've seen in a long time. Just in terms of everybody looked like they were enjoying themselves. It looked like we were playing Magic that we wanted to be playing. Like it was such a joyful moment. Just overall, even like I don't know. It's just like it's fun to watch people enjoying themselves playing Magic, right? Like when people are having, like, for instance, this last Pro Tour when it was, Stoyer versus Larson, their teammate fighting the same 75 against each other. And it just like, they were just having so much fun. And it was so cool to, I don't know. I love it when like serious Magic is played by people who like the game and are enjoying themselves.
And we should aspire to only playing matches like that, like having that atmosphere at the table at all times. It's like at the PT, you see it more often than anywhere else, like just two people having fun. I believe, like if you compare it to like GPs or PTQs, like there's a mutual respect at the PTs that is very nice and very refreshing and welcoming. When you sit at the table, your opponent respects you as a player, and you're just going to do something fun together. And whoever wins. But like a lot of people are not too focused on that. But like not all matches are like this. Like there are still people who are tense, and which I can understand. Like I've been in this position too. Yeah, Pro Tour, like big stakes for some people, especially if it's your first. You're really desperate to requalify. Like I completely empathize with that. But yeah, I think like the more joyful, the better, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, like when you got to Worlds in 2018 or 2023, whatever, the one you won, and you're fighting against, Kosaka, who's like in his first top finish ever, which is
Yes.
crazy. It's like, hey, I've never
Mhm.
done anything, so now I'm at the top of the worlds. It's like, what?
Yeah, it was a weird reversal of roles, that match, because I've been so often in the position of being the newcomer against the veteran that has been here before. It wasn't my first time being the veteran at the table, but like this was really amplified for that match because, like, as you said, first top finish for him. I think it was like my 7th or 6th or 7th maybe. And so the coverage was hyping me up as like the favorite needing to win to redeem his loss 2 years before. And I could feel his tension at the table, like at all times. Like I knew how tense he was and how difficult it was for him when he had to mulligan. Like he had to mulligan a bunch in games 2 and 3. Like I remember the first game was very, very competitive. He had a better draw than me, so I had to like play very tight in a bunch of spots, trying to push damage through what I shouldn't have been able to. Use my channel lands in weird spots to put him off balance. Like the game, I'm very proud of how I played game 1, and I think it was very unlikely for me to win it. And after that, I felt him kind of crumble against the under the pressure, like because I think he felt like game 1 was his to win, and so since he didn't, like he didn't feel good about that, and and then having to mulligan to 5 when he's down 2 games, like that must have been very hard.
I mean, he had only dropped a single game the entire top 8, so getting like losing the first 2 games of the finals must have been incredibly just mentally tilting, right? Like just like it's all falling apart.
Indeed, like that's the danger when you win too much in a row. You have to like you have to imagine yourself losing, like be prepared to lose, because it's going to happen at some point. Like at some point you're going to have to mulligan, like it's going to happen, and you have to be ready when it does, because otherwise it hits you even harder after so many wins.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about the finals where LSV had to mult a 5 in the match against Andrew Elginbottom, whatever, which was just like the most miserable Pro Tour final I've ever seen. Anyway, but like winning Worlds though, like I can see the trophy behind you on the floor.
Yeah, it's on display. Yeah.
Yeah. When did it hit you? Like, did you go home and be like, "Holy crap, I'm the best in the world"?
I think at some point during the trip back home, like either at the airport. I think it was at the airport when it's funny because so I had this trophy, like this massive trophy to take back home. So they had given me a case to transport it.
Yeah,
like with the foam that keeps the form of the trophy
exactly.
inside.
Like, I've seen Larrabee with the big giant box, and so it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Which felt really over the top, but it was needed to like be. It was just so big, and so I have to check it in at the airport, and I think that's when it hit me. Like when I had to check in the trophy, and
like, are there any chemicals in this? No, just my World Championship trophy.
Yeah, you're walking around with that big case like you're some kind of big shot coming back from Wall Street or whatever, and yeah.
Well, I mean, do you know that story of Reed from he won a GP in Florida at some point, and they were very close to the beach. The venue was close to the beach. So Scott Larrabee and the photographer, they were like, "Hey, let's go take your picture with the trophy on the beach." And so they walk from the venue to the beach and they take the pictures. And on the way back, they run into some people whose car had broken down. And so Reed puts his trophy box down and pushes the car out of the ditch to get him back out, and then picks up his trophy and keeps going. And literally just like, what the hell? But yeah, that is exactly a very Reed thing to do.
Yeah, very Reed thing to do for sure.
Oh my God. But yeah, dude, like, okay, so what can you tell us what it was like to get to talk to Watsy to make Formidable Speaker? Because that card rules. It's so much fun.
So the way it happened, I had just gotten off stage after the big celebration and the pictures and everything. And Andrew Brown, who is WotC designer, game designer, comes up to me and asks me, "Hey, can we talk for a bit, like backstage?" And so we went backstage where people are working on computers to make the PT happen, which is very chill and.
I go there every MagicCon. I always stop by there because it seems so relaxed compared to everybody else.
Yeah, relaxed and studious too. It's a nice energy. And so we sit there and we start talking about the card. And it's funny because at that point, I really don't want to talk about the card. Like I just want to go back to my friends and celebrate. And, like the timing was weird. I also had two friends commentating the PT in French from Vegas at that tournament. Like they had been flying there, sponsored by a company to make coverage, French coverage. And so every time I won a big match and had some time off, I would walk up to them and tell them how it happened, talk a little with the chat. And so everything I wanted was to go back to them with the trophy and have everyone going crazy in the chat. So I was looking forward to that. But I had to talk for 15, 20 minutes, and everyone was wondering where I went because I didn't tell anyone I was going to do that. Yeah, he just grabbed me and we disappear behind stage. And so he asked me, he started describing the couple sets that were going out that we didn't know about yet. So I had exclusive details on the new mechanics up to Lorwyn Eclipsed, I believe was the very last one that I.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so I knew beforehand about Blight, other things like that. And he asks me if I have any preferences. I tell him I want a green card, maybe green black. Green or black or green black, I believe I said at that time. I wanted to be an elf, so I picked Lorwyn very early on. I was debating between Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is also a plane I really, really like, and Lorwyn, but I went for Lorwyn.
Tarkir would have been so cool.
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah, exactly. Like any of the two would have been great, but I wanted to be portrayed as an elf if I could. So Lorwyn it is, and then I also told him I really like tutoring effects. Some of my favorite cards ever are Birthing Pod and Chord of Calling.
Hell yes!
So they took inspiration from these cards. Also Fauna Shaman, which is closer to the end result. And then we went back and forth for a while. Every month, I would have a call with Andrew Brown and Michael Majors, who was the lead designer, I believe, on Lorwyn Eclipsed. And so they were putting forth a bunch of designs, 10 designs, and asking me what I thought about them. So I had to evaluate them on the fly and give my gut feeling on the cards, how well they represented me, if there was anything I would change, any ideas of improvements. And we narrowed it down until we got to Formidable Speaker.
What do you think of it?
I love it. I just love it. I didn't expect the card to be this good, which is a great feeling. We at some point we had another design that felt great and that they tested and found to be too strong.
Oh no!
So there was a point where we had a completely different design, even modern playable, I believe, would trigger when people search their library.
Oh, no.
So obviously it worked with fetch lands, and the card was insane. And I told them it looked insane, and they were like, no, that's going to be power creep. Don't worry. We're going to test it, but we think that's fine. And after testing, they came back to me and said, okay, no, this is too strong. We need to to start over. and so we started over completely. And so I'm glad we we got to another strong design that is standard playable, and I really didn't think about Commander at all during the design process, which is funny because like obviously it's a Commander staple now, and a bunch of people are talking to me about how it unlocks new lines in their Commander decks, and I'm like, okay, great, like I believe you. That's not why the card was made, but
yeah, it's like it fills your yard, so you can put whatever you want. It gets you a card from your library. It lets you reanimate. I mean, I play it a lot in Cube. It is very, very good in Cube.
Yeah. Like the main focus was for it to be a good Cube card. Like that's the format I enjoy the most, and that's what I designed it for.
But sure, most good Cube cards are also good Commander cards, right? So
yeah, exactly. Like that's an added bonus, a good bonus.
I mean, look, it's good when your card is great for a lot of different players, and then suddenly you're going to be signing this for the rest of your life. So it's better that it's a good card than just like some crap that people are like, okay, well, here you go.
Yeah, I know what kinds of cards you're thinking about.
This thing.
We don't have to mention them, yeah.
But like the art is also hella cool, though. Like you've got the big crown with the horns and the elf ears and everything.
So at the beginning, I had a few artists on my mind that I was thinking about to make the art. Obviously, I thought about Magali Villeneuve because she's French.
She's your French.
Yeah, and a great, like I don't know her very well, but she seems very nice. And,
dude, she is one of the nicest people ever. I had her on my show, and I met her in Amsterdam, and she drew Link from Legend of Zelda on the back of a card for me. It's so cool.
Great.
Anyways, I love Magali.
So yeah, I was thinking about Magali. I was thinking about Evin Fong.
Oh, she's also amazing.
Wiley Beckert. So these are some of the artists I thought about.
Yeah.
And in the end, I didn't have, like, I just gave them suggestions, and then the art department from Wizards did its thing and contacted people, and I had no control over that. And so they picked Aurore Folny, whom I didn't know. Like, I had never noticed her name on any piece of art before. But I love the choice, and I love what she did with the. So I also gave some ideas, like directions, for the people who would end up drawing the card. And I thought about doing some. I wanted other characters on the art, like not just me, because a lot of the World Championship cards and invitational cards are very
just the guy.
Yeah, they're very centered on the one person who won. And I wanted to also represent the community in some way behind me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, give the feeling like I thought about like a streamer and his audience, because I'm also streaming, and that's exactly the vibe it gives. Like just someone talking and
everybody's just listening intently, and they all look really cool,
throwing ideas, and there are these tree folks and elves in the background listening.
It's awesome, man. Dude, this is a great card top to bottom. Like you got great art, great like text. It just feels like it's going to be a staple for a long time. That's like almost a better trophy than the trophy.
Yeah, when the card was revealed, and it took a while because Lorwyn was postponed. It was supposed to go out on September, I think, at the beginning, and then
they ended up switching it.
Yeah, with the Spider-Man set, I think. So yeah, when the card was revealed, I was very, very eager, and I almost felt like I was winning the event a second time, 2 years after the fact. Like I really had that feeling of, wow, like my PT didn't go so well, but it's like I'm at top 8, like I'm on stage talking about my cards.
That's so cool though, right? Like it must have been amazing. And like you don't even have the pressure of having to play in the tournament this time. You could just be like, look, I got a card and it's awesome.
I mean, it was still pressure to have to talk about the card live in front of a bunch of people and explain how it was made and not reveal anything that I was not supposed to reveal. But
I felt like that when they announced Aether Drift and showed off the artwork, and on the first card they showed, the flavor text had the name that I changed Kaladesh to. Like I changed it to Avishkar. And so like when I saw that actually on the thing, I was like, no, let's go.
Oh. So you were the person to suggest the new name for Kaladesh. Okay, I didn't know about that. Like I knew that
because I was one of the people who, I was basically the person who had rallied for them to change the name, because Kaladesh is a very racist word. It means land of black people, but black people, derogatory black people. And so it's just like, that's not what you want out of this. And I helped them through the process of changing the name and how to make it justified in world. And I gave them a new name. And yeah, so when I saw that card, when they put up like gear, the gear Hulk with like the flavor text with Avishkar on it, I was like,
Yes, bright glass gear
yeah,
Hulk. Yeah,
it felt really, really good. But I couldn't even tell anybody that I've worked on the set at the time or anything like that. And I was like, okay, well, eventually that's going to be awesome. But I was like,
I mean, that's a
anyway,
great. Yeah, that's also a great piece of legacy.
yeah, it's amazing to know that I got to leave a mark on the game, right? Like that's cool.
Mhm.
Who gets to rename a plane? That's so weird.
That's true. Yeah,
But
not
yeah,
many people.
so your career has been pretty up and down, but you've had a lot of good top finishes. You've been very consistent overall. Like,
Mhm.
what does your family think of your choice to leave college or whatever and focus on trying to do this for a few years?
So my family is. So I have three little sisters. Just for context, like two of them are twins. They are like 4 years younger than me, and the youngest one is 8 years younger. So in a way, like they always looked up to me as the guy who like did well in school and was successful in whatever he did. And so like the years when I was struggling after getting my I don't know what's the English word for it, but like the first diploma you get after high school.
Yeah,
Before your advanced studies.
Your diploma basically.
Yeah, your diploma, and then you go into advanced studies and you have to decide like more precisely what you're going to do with your life. And so that was a very confusing time for me because I used to be good at pretty much everything in school. Like I have a very academic mind. Like I'm good with abstract
I mean,
topics.
your mom is a well-regarded philosopher, right? So like obviously you've
that's
come
true.
from this
Yeah,
kind of culture of education and
yeah.
higher level
Like,
thinking.
obviously, like my two parents were teachers or are teachers. Like my dad passed away when I was 9, but he was also a literature French teacher. So I have been raised in a background with like a lot of books. I was reading a lot when I was younger.
Same.
Unfortunately, not that much now, but like magic took a big place. But still, and so like I was good at school. Like that's what I was good at. And after that, I didn't really know where to go because everything felt open. And so I had like a wealth of options, but nothing that really sparked fire. I enjoyed math. I did a high level math school for 3 months, and then I dropped out because it was too competitive, and I didn't enjoy the competitiveness of it. Like I wasn't like I was doing fine, but I wasn't also used to having to work that much. Honestly, because it had been so easy before that like I had not learned how to work properly. Really, like having to
That's a
like
real
to do.
challenge, man. If you have it too
Yeah,
easy, the first time you get challenged by actual work, you're like, I don't know what to do. It's like I can't just
exactly.
walk through and win.
Like I didn't know how to do research by myself. Like I wasn't passionate enough for it to come naturally. And so compared to other people in the class who were really enjoying what they were doing, I was like, do I really belong here? Like when I have free time, what I want to do is play cards. And so I was in that in-between state for a while, just going to school after school, studying literature, studying ancient Greek and Latin, studying philosophy. Like I did a bunch of things, but never to the end. Like I never got any degrees. I don't have, like if magic, if I fall out of magic at some point, I really don't know what I'm going to do with my life. And for a while it scared me. Now I don't find it that scary because I know I'm going to find something to rebound.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah, like I have more self-confidence now than I did at that time. But yeah, it was very scary not knowing where I was going and just feeling the magic addiction always at the back of my mind, trying to seize the reins and without knowing if it was a viable career path because it wasn't like really. I mean, it was and it wasn't because maybe 10, 20 people in the world were actually living completely off Magic.
Right.
Maybe more at the time than now even, but still not many. And so I wanted to believe I could be one of these people, but I had nothing to prove it. And so to go back to your question about how my family perceived it, my mom was always very supportive of whatever I decided to do. But at the same time, she wanted me to have, like, to feel good and stable and have a life that
every parent wants, right? Like, you're like,
yeah, like,
I
obviously,
love
like,
what you're doing, but I would also like you to be able to have health insurance and money, please.
exactly. And I was getting older and older, like in my 20s, and still didn't have any serious prospects. And so at some point, my mom made me contract a loan with a bank to pay for my studies. She was able to pay for them herself, but she did it as a way to
encourage you to actually get off your butt and do something.
Exactly. Like, she wouldn't say it like that, but that was the basic idea. Yeah. Like, make me more responsible and make me realize that I wouldn't be able to keep going like that forever. And so that was, I believe for me, it was not the best way to do it, but it's still, like, it still helped. Like, it just so happened that a few years after that, I had my big year where I was winning everything, going to platinum and then to the MPL. And so I was able to pay back the loan.
Good.
Like immediately, like even before the whole time I had run. That's how that's how she did it. And but yeah, she was always very supportive, and she doesn't really understand the game, but she's trying to. Like, we talk a lot about how it feels like and what the tournaments are like. She has no idea how the cards themselves work, but she understands. Like, she
don't have any idea how the cards work, man. Come on.
Yeah. No, but my family basically understands the life of a professional player, like in whatever field.
Well, I remember Paulo once said, like, my family doesn't really understand what a Grand Prix is or what Magic the Gathering is, but they know what World Champion means. Like, they understand, like, I am World Champion of something. They get that. Like,
that makes it easier for people. Like, when you talk to new people who have no idea about the game, obviously it helps settle the thing as a real thing. But like, my family didn't need that to, like, acknowledge it as a real thing. Like, for a bunch of years already, they were.
Well, yeah, but you've been doing this for a while, so that works. Man, that's so cool. It's been really fun to follow your journey and watch you kind of, like, we run into each other, like, ambiently at all these pro tours and stuff, and it's always fun to stop by and say hi. Like, it's always weird to me because I'm such a pro tour fanboy, and then, like, the other half of the hall, everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's Shivam, hi," and I'm like, I'm trying to talk to these guys.
Yeah. I get that too, because, like, on the other side, we are micro celebrities in our fields, and even in, like, small parts of our fields, like in others, people don't know us. Like, I sometimes, like, one of my favorite feelings in Magic is going to a pre-release, and I'm playing against newer or somewhat new players. And they don't know who I am.
Yes.
And so and I don't tell them. So we just play the match, and I play the role of the guy who goes to pre-release once in a while, like knows what he's doing, and when the match is finished, we just, like, exchange, like,
hang out, just greetings and
hang out, talk for a bit, then we get up and leave. And later that day, the guy comes back to me and tells me, "Okay, I didn't know, but my friends told me who you were." Like, that's, for me, like, that's the best moment. I don't have to do anything. I just wait and I get.
It is my favorite. Like, I go to Magic Cons and, like, BDM invites me to come to play in his Commander cocktails event pretty regularly. So I go and I sit down, and I'm just always like, we're building our Commander decks and playing with random people, whatever. And almost invariably, I always get paired up with somebody who doesn't know who I am. And other people are coming up and they're like, "Oh man, can you sign my play, man? Can you sign this card? Let's take a picture." I'm like, "Yeah, that's great, whatever." And this person's like, "Should I know who you are?" And I'm like, No, you shouldn't. Let's just play a game. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not important here.
It's much better that way. Like, there's no pressure on their shoulders
who cares, man? We're just
prove
here for
that
fun.
they know. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Anyways, dude, this has been a fantastic chat. Thank you so much for coming on, and I really appreciate you taking the time. I know the time zones are weird for us. But if you folks wanted to find you or learn more or see your stream or anything, where can they go?
So I stream every Monday evening at 8 p.m. European time under the name Girock, Jirock, on Twitch. So that's that's a one time a week thing. Sometimes I do more streams, but I don't consider myself a real streamer, but I still enjoy doing it. I'm also on Blue Sky at my name, J.E. Depraz. I don't post a lot. I mostly follow people. I post half game related things, half politics.
That's all of us, man.
Yeah, just a warning to people who might want to follow. I wouldn't say I'm very politically engaged, but I have a lot of opinions, and I read and watch a lot of political content. So
you posted actually something about French dual commander a while ago, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. That was funny. That's because I knew people from the dual commander scene, like friends of mine who had been through it. So
that was a real messy situation, man. Like weird drama. Anyways, we'll save that for a different show.
So so Blue Sky, and I don't really have any other networks. I cut them off some time ago.
Basically, before we go, can I ask you, what were you doing on the desk there? It looks like you've got cards laid out. Are you playing a game or building a deck or something?
No, that's the usual state of my desk. I have random, I have cards that are sorted by set, and I'm supposed to put them back in their boxes at some point. But there's always a new tournament coming up, and I need to search for the cards, and then the cards stay there, and so that's become the norm.
Dude, my office desk is just piles and piles of cards, and then when the pile gets too large that they start to fall onto my wife's side, she makes me put them in boxes. So my sorting is just random. These cards are here, now they're in a box. Go away.
Yeah,
it takes me hours to find.
I unfortunately don't have someone to make me do it, so I don't.
Oh man. Anyways, as always, my friends, you can find me at Blue Sky at Shivam Bhatt. You can find this podcast anywhere podcasts are sold, or at YouTube every Tuesday. Thanks to my editor Dan. You can also hear me on Shiva, Wheeler Love Magic, or the Chronicles of Dragonlance podcast. And remember, my friends, it's not magic without the gathering, and we'll see you next time.